Welcome to our first time Homebuyer series, where you will learn how to shop for the house, apply for the loan, and close the deal with confidence. Buying your first home can be one of the most exhilarating and stressful moments of your life, and getting everything in order can be daunting. Arm yourself with the advice of others who've been there before and the professionals in the field who've seen it all. This first video in our series will help you understand today's mortgage market, find out if you're ready to buy your first home, getting yourself ready for the purchase, and understanding the real cost. What is today's mortgage market like? At one time, it seemed that anybody with a pulse could get a mortgage. These lending habits were obviously problematic and led to the housing crisis of 2008. Banks got bailouts and millions of homeowners either lost their homes or got stuck owing much more on their mortgage than their home was worth. Mortgage underwriting has changed. This is the criteria used to approve your loan. Be ready to show the lender that you're financially prepared to take on a mortgage payment. Are you ready? Ask yourself this question with regard to finances and consider how ready you are emotionally. The first thing to do before buying a home is to make sure it's the right time to do so. Generally speaking, owning a home pays off financially if you live in it for at least 5 years. Otherwise, there's nothing wrong with renting. When you're renting, surprises don't require a lot of emotional investment. Homeownership is different. If the furnace breaks or property taxes rise, that expense is on you. That's a potential financial burden, but experts point out that there's also a mental and emotional cost. There are several things you can do to get yourself ready for the home buying process. First, you'll need to get your finances in order to guarantee you're financially ready to buy your first home. You'll need good credit, cash to close, and a verifiable income. Meet with your lender at the start of the process to find out how much house you can afford and how much cash you'll need to finalize the deal, also known as the closing. Second, attend a first-time home buyer seminar and learn the ins and outs from the pros. Third, make a down payment plan. Consider the cash you'll need to make buying your first home a reality. The down payment is typically between 3.5% and 20% of the purchase price. Most conventional mortgages require a minimum down payment of 5 to 7% of the cost of the home, but some range as high as 20%. If you can swing a higher down payment, your loan costs will be less and you'll get a better interest rate. Lastly, check your credit score. Get a copy of your credit report, review for errors, and possibly invest in a few months of a daily credit score monitoring service. The 3 credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, are each required to give you a free credit report once a year. You can download a copy of your credit report at annualcreditreport.com. A healthy credit history is extremely important. Most borrowers can qualify for a mortgage with a minimum score of 620, but the most competitive interest rates will be offered to those with a score of 700 or above. Getting the lowest rate possible can save you tens of thousands of dollars over the life of a 30-year mortgage. If you're buying a home with a spouse or co-borrower, your mortgage lender will likely consider both buyers' credit scores in the application process. Finally, remember that improving your credit score significantly can take at least 6 months, so get started now if you need to. What is the real cost of buying a home? When budgeting for a new home, look at all the expenses associated with it. Don't stop with principal and interest. Add utilities, costs of commuting, and upgrades. Don't forget to consider costs that may be affected by moving. Will the gas budget for your car go up if you're moving farther away from the places you frequently visit? Add 3 to 6% more for the closing costs, which may vary based on where you live and what taxes your state and city require you to pay. If you will be joining a homeowners association, find out the fees associated with that as well. Think twice before taking on the expense of renovating a house. Cosmetic upgrades are one thing, but anything that requires a permit means big-time expenses and headaches. Have a serious conversation with yourself about your ability to handle the work, the cost, and the stress of such a project. Buying a home involves a lot of costs that aren't necessarily hidden but can be easily overlooked, like a home inspection, a title search, a property survey, and real estate taxes. Costs vary by location, but be sure to include these when budgeting for your new home. Don't forget, routine maintenance can also add up quicker than you think. In part 2 of this video series, we will cover shopping for a mortgage, picking your team of professionals to help you through the process, and how to set your budget. See you soon!